You know that feeling when you're walking on the beach, minding your own business, maybe thinking about fish and chips, and suddenly you see something so big, so unexpected, your brain short circuits like, that's either a whale or Poseidon lost a bet. Welcome to Cefn Sidan Beach, Wales, where the sea decided to deliver something massive, mysterious, and slightly horrifying to shore. And no, this isn't a bloated log or someone's inflatable dolphin gone rogue. This was the corpse of a gigantic sea creature. Let's break down this bizarre story from the jaw-dropping discovery to what it might mean for our oceans, and why scientists are weirdly excited about a whale that couldn't make it home. Here are 10 wild facts about the mysterious whale of Wales and what it might be trying to tell us. 1. The discovery that stopped a beach walk dead. It's a normal Wednesday morning. Seagulls screeching, waves rolling, coffee in hand, peaceful, right? Until one visitor spots something massive washed up on the sand, gray, bloated, and way too big to be a seal. She walks closer, and boom, it's a dead whale. Instantly, locals rush over like, "What on earth is that?" Kids pointing, dogs barking, tourists filming. The scene looks like a crossover between Finding Nemo and a crime scene investigation. But this isn't the first time something huge has beached itself here, and that's what makes this so much stranger. 2. Wales, where the sea keeps sending bodies. Back Cefn Sidan isn't just any beach, it's one of the longest in Wales, stretching for miles. Beautiful, calm, and deceptively peaceful, kind of like your quiet friend who secretly watches true crime documentaries at night. But this beach has a reputation. Over the years, it's become something of a marine graveyard. Whales, dolphins, even massive jellyfish, the sea keeps tossing them back like rejected gifts. Why? Because, just like humans, the ocean doesn't always clean up after itself. And when you think about it, what washes up here tells us a lot about what's happening out there. 3. A whale or something else. At first glance, locals assumed it was a whale, but marine experts weren't so quick to agree, because the shape and texture didn't quite match your standard whale anatomy. Was it a minke whale, a fin whale, or some other deep-sea creature that accidentally signed up for the beached edition of planet Earth? Photos spread online faster than conspiracy theories after midnight. People started speculating everything from mutated dolphin to ancient sea monster. Because if there's one thing the internet loves, it's pretending we've rediscovered the Kraken. But jokes aside, identifying the creature isn't just curiosity. It's critical for understanding what's really happening to marine life. 4. The ocean is sending us messages. Marine biologists often say, when a whale washes ashore, it's like the ocean sending an SOS. See, these aren't random deaths. In previous cases across Wales, stranded whales were found to be malnourished, stomachs full of plastic, or poisoned by pollution. Imagine dying not from a predator, but from accidentally eating a flip-flop or a grocery bag. That's the reality of modern marine life. So while this discovery was shocking to beachgoers, to scientists, it was also data. A tragic, smelly, heartbreaking piece of data, but data nonetheless. And when it comes to science, even tragedy can talk. 5. The whale autopsy. Yes, that's a real thing. When a massive creature washes up, you can't just call pest control. You call marine pathologists the ocean's version of CSI. They'll slice open layers of blubber, check organs, test tissue for toxins, and sometimes literally listen to the whale's bones through vibration sensors. It's called a necropsy, like an autopsy, but for animals. Gross? Absolutely. Important? Even more so, because each whale tells a story. And often, that story ends with 2 words: human activity. 6. Wales has a history with the giants of the sea. This isn't new for Wales. The coastline has long been a hotspot for stranded whales, with dozens of incidents recorded over the decades. From humpbacks to pilot whales, they all share one thing in common: they're dying closer to our shores. Experts say that's often due to noise pollution, climate change, and overfishing. Basically, we've turned the ocean into a nightclub and the whales are trying to get away from the noise. The saddest part, many whales beach themselves out of confusion following sonar echoes from ships that scramble their navigation systems. It's like getting Google Maps directions from someone who's drunk. 7. Meanwhile, in Spain, another giant appears. Now here's where things get weird. Just a few days before the Welsh discovery, beachgoers in Spain found a massive jellyfish washed up on El Castillo beach in Fuengirola. And when I say massive, I mean you could lose your toddler next to it. Massive. Videos showed tourists poking it with flip-flops, because of course they did. Cue the internet outrage. Don't touch it. Leave it alone. Humans ruin everything. And for once, the internet was right. Because jellyfish play a crucial role in the ecosystem, and moving them out of water is basically giving them a sunburn they don't survive. The largest jellyfish in that region, the barrel jellyfish, can reach up to 150 centimeters wide. That's 5 feet of floating gelatinous nightmare fuel. So between Wales and Spain, it's like the ocean has started dropping cryptic messages on beaches across Europe. 8. Social media loses its mind. Again. Of course, the internet did what it always does, went full conspiracy mode. Some said it's a government cover-up. Others claimed it's an omen like, Poseidon is angry. And one guy on Facebook swore it was a mutant sea cow bred by aliens. You know, classic Tuesday energy. But beneath the chaos, one truth stuck out. People were talking about the ocean again, and maybe that's exactly what needs to happen. Because let's be honest, the ocean doesn't trend often. Unless something scary or slimy washes up, we forget it exists. Until it's too late. 9. The environmental wake-up call. This isn't just about one whale. It's about what that whale represents. Plastic in the stomachs of fish, chemicals in coral reefs, whales dying of starvation in oceans full of trash. We've turned the sea into a buffet of garbage and wonder why the guests are dying. But here's the twist. Every time something like this happens, we get a chance to listen, to fix, to clean up the literal mess we made. Because if the ocean dies, so do we. That's not philosophy. That's chemistry. 10. The message beneath the waves. So maybe this whale didn't wash ashore just to die. Maybe it's a messenger, a tragic one, sure, but one reminding us of the cost of neglect. And as scientists prepare to study the body, locals will keep walking that beach, looking out at the sea, wondering if there's another one out there alive, still fighting, still singing in the deep. And maybe, just maybe, we'll finally listen. Because the truth is, the ocean always tells us what's wrong. We just have to stop scrolling long enough to hear it. If this story made you pause for a second, if it made you realize how fragile and wild this planet still is, then do something small today. Hit that like button, subscribe for more stories that make you think and feel, and tell me in the comments. If the ocean could speak, what do you think it would say to us? Because lately it's been screaming.